Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground, and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I always daydreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Feel my wings spread, levitating through the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free.
We back in the building. We've been on a little hiatus. We've been on a little hiatus, y'all, but we back. We are back, and this is Fr8Ght Trapn Podcast with your boy, Mr. James Roberts. My co-host, she's sitting behind the scenes. She's taking care of the difficulties and all of the innuendos of the show, and it's just me. We still trying to get our schedule together. Got some uploads and all of that kind of stuff coming through. Y'all be patient with us. We ain't going nowhere. We are not going anywhere. I had to take a little road trip the last couple of weeks because it calls for that sometimes. I went down to Colorado, did a little work. Had to relieve, on my job. We had to help relieve some freight down there, and I raised my hand. Hey, I'm going. So guess what? That job and my career helps me to be able to do what I do. It helps us to be able to do what we do and be in control of everything that we do. And we just here having fun, man. I mean, we here having fun. As you can see, we here having fun, doing our thing, just talking. We just rapping. We could take it slow or fast, however you want to take it. But I want to welcome all of those that are here with us, cause we've been away. Like I say, I can't say I apologize because that's my career. This is my hobby. I love talking to you guys. I love giving you guys a game. I love giving you what I know about the trucking industry. So with that being said, I mean, it is what it is. But we back. We here. And I'm going to try to get a little loose in this second half. This is what I call the second half of our podcast. We, did the first half, took a little vacay. and now we back, and we'll be better with more news and, a little bit more of us, as owners of Academy, as owners of our own businesses, and also as owners of, as being career people. So we're going to be just a little bit more. I was a little uptight, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not used to this in front of the camera. I'm not used to this. You know what I'm saying? We are not used to this. So at the end of the day, hey, she on the line. Hey, baby, she on the line. She on the line. She ain't never too far away. You know what I mean? So y'all just give her a wave, a thumbs up. Say hey to my baby. She taking care of business while I'm up here taking care of business. I'm trying not to be too long tonight, but you know me, your boy, I can talk. I can talk a little bit. So yesterday we went into just a little note about me. We went into the prisons opened up for us yesterday. I'm a minister, so we go in and we talk to the guys about first of all, God, where you are, what are you going to do when you get out, how God is going to help you keep your feet planted on the ground when you get out, giving them things just to know where we come from, because I've been where they been. You know what I mean? I've been where they been. So for me being a minister, it's not about, me being in a pulpit at the church or whatever. For me, God called me to go back there and say, hey, look what God did for me. He can do it for you. He buried my past. He can bury yours too, but you just need to go through the process. And so we just kind of talked a little bit. I was down there. Pam Lynchner is down there in the Tascasita. If you guys, got any fellas down there, I'm giving a shout out to Pam Lynchner. I'm also giving a shout out to Just the 3. We also going to Just the 3. We got volunteers going in there all the time. This is the prison ministry at the Lighthouse Church under the watchful eye of Pastor Keon Henderson, my pastor. And man, we go in there, man, and we give them what we got. We give them what we got. We give them real. We talk to them from where we come from, what we go through. It's not all biscuits and gravy out here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all sweet tea and lemonade. So at the end of the day, we tell them sometimes it's kind of a little bit of hard cider. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's what we do. And it'll never change. My plate is our plate, me and my wife, is really full. She's getting our academy to a great start. She's making sure everything is A1. It may take great things take time. So at the end of the day, we trying to make sure we're accredited. That way, wherever you go with whatever we teach you, the certificate you carry will be, hey, what's up, Charles? I see you, baby. Hey, what's going on, man? You're welcome, bro. Welcome, bro. Well, I know you guys probably missed us, man, but we here. We here. Call in, comment. Let's talk about this stuff, because I got some things in the news that I want to talk about. And first and foremost, before we get into that, I want to say, not R.I.P., but peace be on you, my brother. Peace be unto you and your soul, to Dark Man X. Dark Man X, say, man, hey, Dark Man X, I got emotional, man, when my wife called and told me that DMX had passed. And a lot of people might be like, man, I just can't sitting up here crying, man. Well, I cried a little bit because I was cheering, man, DMX, but I was cheering for DMX. He reminded me of my cousin named Michael. Their mannerisms, who they were, even from the look, they were, I'm talking about like spitting image. So I was riding for him, and I wanted him to beat it. I wanted him to beat his addiction. I wanted him to, beat it, because he was a good dude. People have addictions, and people have vices, and people have things that they just can't shake. We have things we can't shake, but see, The thing about our stuff, you can't see it. And the thing about our stuff is we not going to show it to you. That brother showed you his flaws. He showed you his addictions. I mean, I got cousins. I had cousins that were addicted to, drugs, couldn't shake it. But guess what? All of them, good people, just got caught up. And you could say, I listen to the story report a lot, and I don't really get a chance to, call in and all that kind of stuff, because when I listen to them, I be at work. They get me through the day. Got my earbuds in, I'm working, we flying. That's what I do. But I listen to the story report, and it's a lot of people just hanging their hat on the fact that he was a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? She said he was a crackhead. He was an addict. Sometimes he was a functioning addict. And, you got to look at it and say, man, he couldn't beat it. He couldn't shake it. He couldn't shake that demon, man. He couldn't shake that monkey off his back. But at the end of the day, all you could hear is, man, that dude to help you with his last. He'll jump off the stage and get a broom and help the janitor sweep up the club after one of his shows. And sometimes that gratitude, that meekness, that humbleness, man, it takes over all the things that you say are bad about a person, because sometimes a person just can't shake it, man. But DMX got me through, got the unit I was on when his 2 albums came out in that 1 year, man. Those albums got us through, man. Those albums got us through. And the guards knew that when those albums came out, bro, they didn't incite a riot. They put us more into a mode of get a plan together and let's shake this thing and get out of here. And DMX 2 albums rolled in our unit for about 5 or 6 years, man. 5 or 6 years, man. And he helped a lot of people on that unit, and probably all over this country, in other units, other places, not just me. I'm just one person telling you a testimony of me. Man, you got probably hundreds and thousands of people who could tell you the same testimony, but he got me and the people on our unit, and that I knew, the people who I knew was trying to get themselves together. He got them to the next level, to the next year, to the next year, to the next year, and then out, and then saying, hey man, I'm gonna do something, even though he couldn't shake his own addiction. Through what he did, through the vessel he was for what God needed him to be, he helped a lot of people. And for me, that goes beyond saying that he was just a crackhead or he was just addicted. He just had a monkey on his back. That dude was more to me than some people could ever be, because he just by the fact that he was trying to shake it. And I appreciate him, man. So, hey man, God, please kiss the forehead of DMX and welcome into your bosom. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you can't cry about what God plan is, because in all of the grace and mercy that he showed him, he just didn't take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't shake it. So, but still, good dude in my eyes from afar. Amen. Peace to his family. Stay strong. Hold your heads up. That's from the Fr8Ght Trapn podcast. And DMX, baby, we gonna kick it forever. I wish I could play his music, but I can't, because I don't need YouTube to shut me down, and I don't have the rights to his music. So moving on, our top story, we're going to talk about the FedEx shooting. Of course, we're going to talk about Biden chooses Miss Jassy for the deputy FMCA administrator position that was vacated in 2019. They never replaced it. She still has to be approved, but we're gonna talk about her. We're gonna talk about things going on over the road. WIT is the Women in Trucking. We're gonna talk about the finalists that's coming up, and we're just gonna kind of kick it around a little bit. You know, if we come in and y'all got questions, concerns, comments, advice, hey man, we're gonna talk about all of that. But right now we're gonna get into some news. So this week, the main topic this week, above all, and I'm gonna say that for later. I ain't gonna talk about that right now. First thing we're gonna talk about is Biden chooses Mara Joshi for Deputy FMCSA Administrator. She was the former former attorney, head of the New York Tax Commission. So it just seems that if you're an attorney that, you know, you get picked for positions because of your political knowledge and ties and your civil understanding of, you know, what is to be. Whatever ties that has, you know, to hold an office. But he picked her as her. I don't know nothing about her. I'm not out of New York. I don't follow. But this is important to know for us in trucking. And I'm letting y'all know who this is so y'all could go, you know, understand who, you know, approves any new regulations, approves, you know, the speed limits, approves fines, approves your compliance. That's who they go through. She still has to be approved, but I don't have no doubt in my mind that they're going to approve her. She still has to be approved by the Senate. So she's the deputy administrator for the FMCSA. Understand that you need to make yourself knowledgeable about the FMCSA. They control everything transportation. Everything transportation. Now she may have someone that she said, hey, deal with the CDL, CLP type thing, deal with the railroad. But when it's all said and done, she holds the weight, you know, for making the final decision on some of our newer compliance laws, you know. So you guys have to know who that is. You have to go do your research. You have to go understand that it's just not all about getting behind the wheel and moving down the road. When you have an issue, you need to know who you need to write as a trucker, as someone doing, you know, what it takes to make America move. Know who it is you need to write. Know who it is you need to contact. Know who it is that you need to kind of say, hey man, let me get in contact with her because I think this was a bad ticket, a grievous ticket, egregious ticket, and you can kind of contact her even on issues like that. She might not directly handle, but you know who office to contact. So at the end of the day, man, I ask the question always, what does this mean for us as drivers? Well, it means now that we know who to go to. We know who is solidly going to be in place for ELD laws, for your hours of service, for anything trucking, for the mileage, for the miles that they're trying to say increase or decrease. She's going to be in control of all of that. So you need to know who that is. Make yourself familiar with everybody because each city has a senator or someone who works directly with her. So you need to know who that is. Don't be so, how can I say it? Don't be so laid back to the fact that, I just drive trucks. You're not just a trucker. Believe me. You're not just a trucker. They don't look at you as just a trucker. They treat you like you're a doctor, a physician, because of the sensitivity of what you do. So, man, make sure you familiarize yourself with who she is, who's in your city that you turn to for, those laws that are being passed. And just don't sit back on your hands, man, and think that, hey, man, I don't need to know who that is. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because at the end of the day, as much as I love this podcast and love feeding you information, some stuff you're gonna have to go get it on your own. I'm just gonna help you scratch the surface, and then you just gonna have to know on your own. Now, if you ask me a question about it, I may answer it, I may not. I may tell you, man, you gotta go do, but I will answer it. But call and tell me something that I don't know. That's what I want. You dig where I'm coming from? Call and tell me something that, you know what I'm saying, that I don't know. Call and tell me something I don't know. So at the end of the day, man, just familiarize yourself with Miss Joshy, Mara Joshy out of New York, Joshy out of New York. Okay. So now, a little advertisement. Hey man, we running. Go check out the website, Fr8Ght Trapn website. I'm telling you, we running a flash sale, man, on our hoodies. We told y'all hoodies are being worn year round because of the climate that we're in. Man, we're in the spring, and I thought we was done. I told my wife, let's get our shirts, let's get the t-shirts. Summertime coming, spring finna come through. Woo, woo, woo. Lo and behold, I had to pull out my hoodie today. Yep, I had to put out my hoodie. Yeah, Old Faithful. Yeah, so y'all need to go to the website. Y'all need to go catch this sale because we finna re-up on not on these, but on another one. Cause during the summertime they're not finna fly as easy, but we are still taking orders and we're still making orders for them. But when when inventory come around, some during the summertime they let the winter stuff go back or put it up or try to get it out. So at the end of the day, we're not a store, but at the end of the day, we're not going to be reeing up on the hoodies as much, but we are going to kick in our summer gear and all of that. But we still got styles in. Go get your hoodies at the Fr8Ght Trapn apparel.com. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this flash sale. That's just from me to you. I want to say once again, welcome to those who have just joined our podcast. For those who have subscribed, please, man, go hit that subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Man, even if you don't like us, hit the down button. Just hit it. Just hit it. And, I haven't been really honed in on a lot of other trucking podcasts because I don't want to kind of, how can I put this? I don't want to dismantle anything anybody else says because I'm just talking. We just talking. We just having conversation. And I'm not here to try to downplay what nobody else said. I answer your questions if they said something but I don't sit back and but I'm going to start listening to other trucking podcasts because Trucking Hustle, man, that dude is doing a wonderful job, and we are two totally different styles, but he is the man in this podcast game when it comes to trucking, and I respect that totally because he's business minded. I'm from a trucker standpoint. My wife is the business. I'm a trucker standpoint. I'm always gonna hit you from a trucker's point of view first, but I also understand the business side of it, and that's why I started this podcast, is to give truckers the understanding of the business side of it, and also to bring truckers out of the cab and give them a voice. That's why I started the podcast. I said it before, I ain't gonna keep beating your head, but I wanted you to know that's why I started this podcast, and that's why I told you it's the trucking for me. It's the freight trapping for me. It's the every aspect of transportation for me. I'm trying to learn all I can. Me and my wife trying to do all we can. So it ain't nothing but the freight trapping for me. It ain't nothing but freight for me. That's what feed my family. That's what's going to help me leave me a legacy. That's what's going to help you lead your legacy. So you better know it's the freight trapping for me. All day long. All day long. So come get you some. I'm here. We here to give it to you. Come get it. So, man, I know some of our viewers, they kind of like, where they at? We back. We here. We doing our thing, man. I'm trying to try and get my guys in here. Try to get some more interviews on. Try to get my peoples on. Say, y'all hold tight. Hold what you got, because we not going nowhere. We just trying to get these schedules together, man, because we got so much going on. Trying to get this schedule together. So, let me ask you a question. They took a poll, right? So, as a trucker in transportation, when looking for a job, how do you want to be contacted? That was a question. You know what I'm saying? How do you want to be contacted? A lot of people, believe it or not, a lot of people said, and I'm not going to misquote, because I get all of my, I ain't going to say all of it, but most of my trucking news comes from Truckers News Daily. So, man, I just want to know, and they took a poll. They do some real good. They got some good articles. You know what I'm saying? And they took a poll of how do you want to be contacted, and I thought that was interesting. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was interesting. So right now, phone calls is leading 53%, text message 39%. Guess what? A lot of truckers do not want to be contacted through instant messenger, video call, or Facebook. I wonder why. Got me some cheese puffs, y'all. Cheese puffs. I wonder why. See, it's my understanding that we as truckers are not, we are not on social media like that, because we are, first of all, once we get through driving, we tired. You can't be on social media while you're driving. You can't do none of that while you're driving. You can't check, be on there checking your email while you're driving. So why would I pull over for 30 minutes to an hour just to check to see if a company hit me back through my email, through LinkedIn, or any of that? And this is just me talking to an employer. We can't do that. We don't sit back and check the emails and stuff like that. Especially if I'm over the road. Nah, I'm not doing that. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm not doing that. I'm not sitting back, checking my emails and all that old kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting back trying to do that, because I don't have time, and I'm not finna pull over. I'm not finna pull over just to check that. But if you call me, 9 times out of 10, if you call a driver, he gonna pick up, because that's one thing we can do. We can be hands-free while we drive. Hands-free meaning I got a Bluetooth, I got something to where I'm not holding my phone like this. And guys, man, stop picking up your phone, man. Stop holding your phone while you're driving these 18-wheelers, man. That is the number one cause of an accident, not only in trucks, but in transportation. That means buses, trucks, 4-wheelers, cars. That phone is the biggest distraction, and if you're ever involved in an accident, that's the first thing they're going to do. A lawyer's going to do is pull your phone records to see if the time the accident happened matched up with what you were doing on your phone. Now it's up to you. You can use the phone, but as soon as it registers that you had an accident at 350 and you was on your phone from 350 all the way up to, from 340 all the way up to 355, and you had an accident, it's over with, bro. You ain't gonna be able to fight that. You ain't gonna be able to fight that. So this just, I know we ride around because we trying to stay up, but sometimes it ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it. I can say that. I can say that all day long. It ain't worth it. But you get on that road, man, at night, and you trying to move something, man. You trying to stay up. You know what I mean? I understand that. But back to what we talking about. They want to be contacted by phone. And let me tell y'all, dispatchers, brokers, man, stop asking us to text you. Stop asking us to check your email. Stop asking us to download an app so that you can track the load for one load. Stop doing that, because it's not worth it, because we're not gonna download no app. I'm telling you. You can track, have my phone number, check my location. I get it to you all day long. But for me for you to send me a text saying hit this link so we could track the load, this and all of that, and you want us to do it in your real time, that's not gonna happen. I'm trying to get somewhere, and me pulling over doing that, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So listen, call these guys, man. They don't want no emails and all that kind of stuff coming through telling them they got the job. Call and let them know. And it's more It's just like if I wanted a job, I'm not going to email you and say, hey, did I get the job? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick that phone up and say, hey, yeah, this is, how you doing? This is James Roberts. I interviewed with you 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. Yes, sir. I'm just calling in to do a callback, a check to see if you guys filled that position. Simple. Simple. It's just like you can call me and say, hey, man, you filled out the application 2 weeks ago. Hey, man, I went on vacation. Da-da-da-da-da. Hey, you're a prime candidate, man. Are you still in the job market? Are you still looking for a job? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Make a phone call to us as drivers. Make a phone call. So that's the poll. I like doing stuff like that. They made a poll, so do. So guess what? A trucker was driving, I forgot down what highway, because I read the story. And all of a sudden, his windshield gets popped. I don't know how big the fish was. I don't know what kind of fish it was. But his dash cam caught it. Dash cams are saving people's jobs. A lot of people hate them who work for Fortune 5. I hated the dash cam when I worked for Lindy. When I worked for Lindy, driving in too, I hated the dash cam because I was so used to just being free. I worked as an owner-operator for myself. I worked over the road, flatbed. I didn't have none of that. I worked for another tanker company. I didn't have none of that. But that dash cam, it lowers their insurance for first and foremost. It lowers your insurance. The next thing is that dash cam saves you. Because as soon as somebody say he cut me off, knowing damn well that they cut me off, I'm not going to say nothing until they say, oh, okay, we in court, but say, look, check this out. We want to throw this out. You're going to show your lawyer this dash cam footage. And it's out the door. Dash cam footage. But the worst thing that drivers hate about a dash cam footage is for us right now, and I hope it never changes, it's only facing out, meaning that they're only recording out. Now they can whenever they want to, they can swap it and say we gonna record into, and they ain't never got to tell us nothing, right? But right now, our dash cams are catching everything outside of the windshield. Dash cam saves lives, saves your job, and a lot of people don't like them. I would recommend you even get them in your car, to where you could be in the right in a accident type situation. So the dash cam caught a flying fish flying into the windshield of a driver. Bow! Now, if you've never heard a rock while you're going 65 miles down the highway, if you never heard not a big boulder, just a rock about so big, you know what I mean? If you ever heard it hit your windshield, it sounds like a damn bullet. Bah! And it scares the out of you. I'm talking about, bro, it makes you tense up. You've never heard anything like it. I promise you, man. Y'all please hit that like button, man. Hit the like button. Share this video, man. I know I'm just talking. Y'all can get on here and type your question in. We can go back and forth, or even you can call the number. You know what I'm saying? Let me know you call. I'll check the line, and shoot, we can talk about it. So, hey, I love the back and forth if we can get that going. But anyway, I can talk all day too. I can talk. It's just like talking to myself, having a conversation about myself. So anyway, Uh, but yeah, man, man, just imagine it's a rock that hit your windshield. But just imagine about a pound or two of flesh from a fish that has scales, and it slams into your windshield going 65 miles an hour. And you don't know where the hell it come from. I could just imagine how this dude was feeling. I promise, I could just imagine how this dude was feeling. You know what I'm saying? When that when that fish hit his windshield. So at that point, he probably was like, "Man, what the hell?" What happened was a bird had swooped down, right? A bird had swooped down, picked up some lunch, right? Picked up some lunch. And as soon as it picked up some lunch, it was flying with the lunch. And when it was flying with the lunch, it lost its lunch. And lunch went flying. The lunch went flying in the into the young man's window. Bruh, could you just imagine the look on their faces, on that dude's face when he hit when he hit that when that bird hit his windshield? Bro, that's the scariest thing you ever want to see, is for something to hit your windshield going at 65 miles an hour. So, man, you drivers, man, be careful out there, man, because I remember one time I was driving, and it was at night. I was driving, and it didn't quite hit the windshield, but it hit the top of my roof, the clearance lights. And this buzzard, it had to be a buzzard, because by the time I looked, I was in flatbed. So by the time I looked, after I heard it, I looked around to see what the hell it was, make sure, none of my windows was hit, none of my doors was hit. I thought it was a gunshot. But then when I looked at my rear view, I just kind of seen something tumbling in the street, and I seen feathers. And that's when I knew I had hit a bird. It had to be a buzzard or something. But I'm trying to figure out what you doing flying around at night. Right? But hey, those are the things that happen at night, man. I got stories after stories after stories after stories after stories of me driving over the road. I remember one time I was riding through, I was going to what you call Parachute, Colorado. Y'all heard me say that a couple of times. I was going to Parachute, Colorado. So I called myself. Driver told me, and for you youngsters out there, until you learn how to use use your own mind. Get your map. Learn how to read a map, and not just GPS, because some of these GPSs or they will take you somewhere that you don't want to go. Get your map. Learn how to read the map. Learn how to read your keys on the map. Make sure you understand what those trees mean. Make sure you understand what scenic route mean. Make sure you understand. Man, dude told me, "Hey, man, when I go up to Colorado, man, sometimes, man, you want to miss those scales and alignment, man. I can't do those scales and alignment, man. Da 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 da. Man, I take 40 all the way over, and take 20, not 25. It's another little 40 runs into can't remember that highway or that state highway. But he told me this while it was daytime. Really get to my truck, do my pre-trip because I'm already preloaded. Do my pre-trip, whatever, and I'm gonna get in my truck and I'm gonna drive starting at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I'm gonna drive all through the night. That way, by the time I get ready to shut it down and do my 10-hour reset or 8-hour reset, whichever one I choose to do, because you gotta take a 30-minute after 8 hours. So after 8 hours of driving, I might take a 2-hour rest. That way, when I get up and drive another 3 hours, I won't have to sit for 10 hours. I only have to sit for 8 hours, and then I can be on by my way. But anyway, I was coming up 40, and I was taking I took that little back road that he told me about. Now, granted, it was not a 4-lane, but it was 2 lanes going the north side, and it was 2 lanes going south. So it's a good highway for only about 4 or 5 miles. After 4 or 5 miles, man, it came down to a 2-lane highway. So if you know anything about Colorado, if you're not on the interstate, you're riding on, county roads. So anyway, I'm going up, and it was the winter time at night. Bro, when I tell you that I took my time, because every time I hit a curve, it was like looking off into the deep. All you could see is white at night. And I'm sitting there like this here, bro. I'm taking my time. And luckily, my homeboy, shout out to Mr. Lewis Edmondson, man, my bro. Man, I called him, bro, and he'll be up getting ready to go to work. And he'll be like, man, I got you, bro. Man, look here, Jay. Just take your time, man. Ain't nobody else on the road. Just take your time. And, bro, I just took my time, man. And, bro, I ran up the hill and ran up the mountain. And I promise you, man, it was about 3. I ain't going to say they was wolves. They might have been hyenas. The only reason why they got out the middle of that road, bro. Yeah, thank y'all for the likes and the comments, man. Thank y'all for the thumbs up, man. Thank you for the love, man. Y'all keep sharing, keep liking, man. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it is, man. Just let me know you don't like it, you like it. It's all good. I hit that corner, man, and seen them coyotes or wolves or whatever it was. I was moving. I was gonna run over. Wasn't no way I was gonna stop. But I could see them about 20 yards up ahead because my headlight was hitting their eyes. And the only thing caught their attention was I seen some hogs hauling ass down the side of the freeway. I mean the county road, and they took off. But man, those are some stories that have you so clenched up and tight, bro. I got some of them. I know some of y'all don't want to hear them or whatever the case may be, but that was my story time, baby. That's my story time. I got plenty more. But see, we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about this story right here. One of the biggest brokerage firms, and they do more than brokerage firm. They do more than broker. C.H. Robinson unveils a new sustainability module, which is sustainability tool that's EPA regulated. So what I mean by that, James, what do you mean? This is what I mean. They conducted and developed something else that can go on your truck or that can be put in your maintenance shop that they can hook a computer up to and tell if your truck is giving off too much emissions. Yep. So what does this mean for us? C.H. Robinson unveils a sustainability tool that calibrates your emissions that you put out, carbon monoxide that you put out into the air with your truck. Right? All of this other stuff going on. Chemical plants, they have this, but guess what? They not on them like they on us. Guaranteed. Why? Because if they were, that little town down in Louisiana wouldn't be, so many people wouldn't have been diagnosed with cancer. Right? Right. So C.H. Robinson been working on a module, a tool, sustainability tool to make sure that your truck doesn't emit too much carbon monoxide. Why? It's a money maker. It's a money maker. Anything that they can put on your truck to calibrate and make sure that your truck is not messing up the ozone layer, which ozone layer already messed up and it's already gone, and it ain't because of trucks. Believe you me. But this is the biggest way for them to make sure that the money keeps rolling in. If every truck made moving forward, just like with DEF, just like with the ELDs, anything, just like with the dash cam, anything that makes your truck safer to the public is going to warrant them to look at it, test it, and then say you got to have it. Believe you me. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of these trucks rolling around here, they need it. They need it. Because some of these trucks rolling around here, man, you can't even, you pass by them and you can't, you can barely stand to pass by them. Sometimes I say to myself, how do you drive that? Because I know you smell it on the inside of your cab. If I smell it on the outside of your cab, and I'm passing you by. That just goes to show you how bad carbon monoxide is when it's emitted through a diesel engine and into the atmosphere. It's suffocating. That just shows you how bad it is when cars are in garages and people turn them on and their carbon monoxide has nowhere to go. They say it's a silent killer. So at the end of the day, I understand what they're doing. But when you just say, I'm going to gear it toward trucking and not start with cars first, that's just a little much for me. That's just a little much for me. That's just me, because they're always trying to find a way, in my eyes, to put something on trucks that's going to make us responsible for putting it in, make us responsible for the software, and then make maintenance people responsible for going and getting an upgrade on their already certified certificate to know how to operate that software that they're going to put on those trucks. Nah, it's not gonna be happen. There's not nothing that's gonna happen in the next 2 years, but maybe it will. But it's not gonna happen next year because they still got to go through tests and all of that. My whole point is that they're always looking for a way to say, how can I mess with these trucks? How can I mess with these trucks? How can I make the environment better? Right? But instead of going after and making sure that all of the chemical plants are doing what they're supposed to do with these EPA regulations for the chemical plants, they want to say, we gonna hit the truckers. Because that's a faster fix and that's a faster money than it is, because chemical plants can fight back. They got a bunch of money. They got a bunch of pull. They got senators that have money invested in what? Chemical plants. But there's not a lot of senators that got money invested in trucks. They might got money invested in ELDs. They got money invested in this EPA new thing. They got money invested in DEF. They got money invested in any kind of regulation that goes on the truck, because they know truckers are going to get it, because that's their career. They got to get paid, and they know America runs on transportation. Which brings me to this. If you're on a CPAP machine, which is sleep therapy, if you're on a CPAP machine, make sure that you are at your 70%. Man, just like ELDs, just like the DEF, just like anything else in trucking, the medical field has found a way to capitalize, and this ain't nothing new, to capitalize off of truckers. If your BMI and the size of your neck doesn't fit the criteria of another culture, and I'm not going to be afraid to say it, Asians, Caucasians, African Americans, other Indians, Latin, Spanish, man, we are all different. And our culture and how we eat and what we eat, and it didn't begin right now. It began centuries ago, years ago. It's already in my genes to be 6'1", 310 pounds, and big boned. There is no way around it. There's no way around it. I passed it to my son. There's no way around it. It's already in his genes. He's not going to be small in no shape, form, or fashion. It's in his genes. So for when you go in to do your medical certificate and you go in to do all these other things that they're making us do now as drivers, which is fine, I understand, but they take you in, you do a sleep study. They expect you to get a good night's sleep, 8 hours of sleep. They expect you to get 8 hours of sleep with all these wires and electrodes hooked up to you on your head and the back of your head and on your chest, and it got all kind of wires. Man, who can sleep like that? Who do they think they supposed to get a good night's sleep with all of that stuff hooked to them? It ain't just one. It ain't just one, it's several. For me, that's one of the biggest cons it is, man, is that sleep apnea stuff. And it all came down because first thing they said is if Reggie White would have been on the CPAP machine, he could have survived. Because they said that his neck circumference was too big is the reason why his windpipe was restricted, and so he couldn't breathe. And when you're restricted, that's what causes snoring and all of that. Okay, we get it. But guess what? They don't target athletes with it and say, hey, all of y'all got to get on the sleep apnea machine because all of y'all neck too big. It wasn't going to fly. They got a players association that would have tore that down. Nah, wasn't going to fly. Because even the fastest man, Tyreek Hill, if they measure his neck and it's nowhere near, none of the football players' necks are nowhere near what they say it's supposed to be. I don't care how good of a shape he's in. You got to hit all of the marks on that test. Body mass index, the circumference of your neck, sleep apnea test. He wouldn't have passed. So if you're a driver and you're on it, hey man, use it. Don't let it fall below 70%, which means that's 4 hours a night. 4 hours a night. Don't let it fall below 70%. 70% is compliance, which means that you can use it 4 hours a night, gives you 70% a week. So don't think that you can use it 5 days a week, 6 hours a day, and you got 30 hours of usage on there and you good. No, that ain't how it works. No. You could probably go one night without using it, but you got to make sure you're using it at least 6 hours a night for 4 hours. And they don't care if you get sick. They don't care if you got sinus problems and, you know what I'm saying, you can't breathe with it on. They don't care about that. All they want you to do is be in compliance. Believe you me, you got to be in compliance. You got to use it. So if you on the CPAP machine, man, hey, man, use it. Get in compliance. Make sure you're in compliance. Get the app. Whoever you got it with, make sure you get it, because they will, if you got a compliance and safety team, they will tell you, hey man, you can't drive until you get in compliance. I don't care if you at 59%, I don't care if you at 65%, they gonna shut you down till you get to 70. For me, like I said, man, that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, that's one of the biggest medical scams there is, CPAP machine. And I've heard several guys where, you know, they've used that machine, man, and it's caused a hole in their lungs because of the pressure. And man, they don't care about that. Get this machine that's valued at anywhere from $900 to $1,300. Get this equipment that's gonna run you at least another 5, 6, and go on about your business. If not, get out the truck. You won't have to worry about that. That's how they feel about it. It's crazy, but use your CPAP machine. Use your CPAP machine. So here we go. We just dreaming tonight. And We just, man, make sure you use it. Make sure you get it. Make sure you use your CPAP machine. So our top story tonight is, of course, you guys may know, it's the FedEx shooting that happened in Indiana. And the first thing I want to say is our prayers, condolences, and well wishes. Man, keep your head up, man. That was totally unexpected for a shooting to happen at FedEx ground in Indianapolis. That was, man, you just never know. That's why I say it's so hard to be a business owner, man. It's hard to be a business owner. It's hard to say, man, I trust you to come in and do a job and get along with other people and not be and other people to get along with you, and not tease you and not, mess with you. So, man, I mean, y'all just keep those families in uplifted, because I think that's a hard pill to swallow. To know that your son, your daughter, your mother, your grandmother, your uncle, your aunt is at work trying to make a living, and next thing you know, they're dead. So, man, look, keep them in prayer, keep them lifted up, keep FedEx lifted up, because that's a loss. That is a huge loss. They said that as soon as he got out the car with the rifle, he just started busting and started shooting. I know one thing might change with the security at all of the facilities, is that they now may have armed security. Because if those security guards would have been armed, I guarantee you he wouldn't have made it into that facility. But because the first thing you think about when somebody starts shooting is your safety. It's just like when you're on the plane. The first person they tell you to take care of in the event of emergency is put your mask on first. Then put the next person's mask on. So do you blame security? No. I can't take no flashlight up against no bullets. The only thing I can do is call 911. But I don't know. That might change. They may begin to, tell the security people, hey, you need to get these guys bonded. They need to be, more than just security guards. They need to be peace officers, which means that they can carry a weapon. And I don't know. Maybe one of them needs to be able to have the ability to carry a weapon. And maybe not all of them, just one on each shift. But, for him to make it into the facility and nobody there had the ability to, disarm him, neutralize him from harming anyone else, that was just kind of... And I know they said that the Muslims Sheikh community is really big, is large up there, and 4 of the employees that was shot were killed, because it was, I think, a total of 16, 17, 15 that were shot, that were injured, but eight were killed, and 4 of them were a part of the Sheikh community, Shia Muslim community, I think Indian, Asian community. And our prayers just go out to those families that lost those loved ones, and prayers go out to FedEx, man. FedEx, you got some employers, some administrators, man, that they're really feeling this. They're really feeling it. But this is something that I'm quite sure that, Mr. Smith, the CEO and chairman of FedEx, he's going to, look into steps to take care of this, and so that this doesn't happen anywhere else. So, man, y'all keep FedEx ground in Indianapolis, man, in your prayers along with their families. Last and final note: women in trucking, WIT finalists. The WIT finalist, man, is a young lady named Corman Anderson. She drives for American Service Line. Young lady named Ingrid Brown. She's an owner-operator, Rolling B LLC. And Nikki Weaver, I'm kind of biased to her. She's a FedEx freight driver with over 2 million miles of safe driving. Hey, man, those are women in trucking. Y'all go check out the WIT finalists. Read the article in Trucker News. I just like highlighting women in trucking, and these are some of the finalists that are part of being in the final class. So y'all go check them out. Go read that. Go read the article on this. Just thought I'd kind of end on a high note, a little bit of high note, because with DMX passing, then shout out to Black Raw. Black Raw passed too, man, and that was a really sad case right there, man, with Black Raw, But with the WIT finals, man, shout out to those ladies, man. They worked hard throughout their careers. One lady had 40 years driving, man. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time driving, 40 years. So she started when she was 21, 22. You know what I mean? So shout out to those young ladies, WIT finalists for the year. And I want to say, man, we back. We back. I know this been, y'all don't always want to hear a lot of trucking news, but man, it's good to hear news. It's good to know what's going on. It's good to know, what's going on in trucking. It's good, to just know sometimes. It ain't always, man, who is that? Who is that? I like that too, but sometimes you just got to keep it 100. Keep your feet on the ground. Keep your feet on the pavement. Make sure all 18 of your wheels are touching the ground, man, and keep your truck in between those white lines. Hey, man, this has been another episode of Fr8Ght Trapn Podcast, man, and I just want to thank you for being here with us, being patient with us. Thank you for just enjoying our show. Man, we look forward to doing many more shows. It's going to get better and better. I'm finna bring somebody in to make sure we can do a lot of more things. Put some videos up. Put some little captions up. Put some things up. I got some pictures and stuff I want to show y'all. Say, man, y'all be praying for us on that. And hey, man, yeah, just have a good weekend. Have a good week. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Keep holding on to that steering wheel. If you're air shifting, make sure you give it enough RPMs. If you're clutching, make sure you double clutch so you won't get stuck. And we're going to talk about, next week we'll probably talk about how to deal with those inclines and declines. Say, man, keep your 18 on the pavement. Keep your truck in between those lines and keep that left door closed, man. Hey, man, this has been Trucking, the Fr8Ght Trapn Podcast. I have been your host, Mr. James Roberts. My wife is the co-host, Miss Tawana Roberts, a.k.a. the Queen of Dispatch. Hey, man, We'll see y'all next week, bro.
Mm-hmm.